Peace, family. Somebody asked me, why was Robert Johnson's soul taken? And did Papa Legba request his soul, or was it offered? Let's clear this all the way up. We're talking today about Robert Johnson going to the crossroads and selling his soul. Hello, riders. Hello, how are you? And welcome to my channel. This is Lady Vasori, and let's get ready for the ride. Y'all don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. If you're new here, welcome in. I try to drop fresh videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So make sure you're subscribed and your notifications are on. First, let's talk about who Robert Johnson was. This was a real man. A real man. If you ever heard his music, you will know the conjure in that music. Born around 1911 in Hazlehurst, Mississippi. He grew up in the Mississippi Delta, and I'm talking about that flat, hot, fertile strip of land between the Mississippi and Yazoo rivers. Poor, rural, deep black South. Now, one thing I could tell you, the Delta is where the blues was born. Out of African rhythms, gospel, and straight up life under Jim Crow. And in those same communities, folk magic, root work, hoodoo, and African spiritual practices stayed alive right alongside the church. They say Robert started out as just a decent guitar player. Then he disappeared for a while. When he came back, it was different, y'all. His playing was so sharp, it sounded like two guitars at once. His voice carried pain, mystery, and something that made folks stop dead in their tracks. Now, he only recorded 29 songs, but Crossroad Blues, Hellbound on My Trail, and Sweet Home Chicago, those still shape music today. Now, in 1938, he died at the age of 27. No autopsy. The most told story says he was poisoned by a jealous husband after messing with the man's wife. Some say he suffered for days. Now, the mystery behind his death mixed with his sudden rise in talent is what fed the talk that he made a deal at the crossroads, and now his time was up. The legend says that Robert Johnson went to the crossroads at midnight, met a spirit, and traded his soul for mastery of the guitar. Now, in Southern black folklore, that crossroads figure could be the man in black, the devil, or the gatekeeper spirit. Now, in Haitian voodoo, that gatekeeper is Papa Legba, the one who opens the way. Over time, folks started blending these stories, and that's when you hear people say it was Papa Legba who took his soul. Now, here's the truth. Robert Johnson never said or spoke Papa Legba's name. Never. That link is something people added later by mixing different traditions and the storytelling of life. So you ask the question, taken or offered? Let's dive into it. Now, in real crossroads tradition, ain't nobody snatching your soul without your say so. Okay? You offer something, you get something back. It's a choice and an agreement. If Robert Johnson made a bargain with his life, and we can't prove that he did though, it would have been him putting that offer on the table, not someone just showing up to take it. Now, let's be clear. Would you offer your life? Would you offer your entire life? I'll give you my life if you let me play the guitar. Yeah. In voodoo, Papa Legba is not a soul stealer. He's not. He's a gatekeeper, a messenger. That selling your soul to Legba talk, that's Christian fear, probably language mixed with TV drama. not how the tradition actually works. So I doubt he did that. So I'm going to say no, Robert Johnson's soul wasn't taken. In the legend, it was traded, and in reality, he was a Mississippi Delta bluesman who died too young. And I feel like he left a story big enough for the world to keep spinning myths around on him. Okay? So that's what I feel about Robert Johnson. I wanted to throw this in here as well. This is Robert L. Johnson's grave. The L stands for Leroy. He is buried at Little Zion Missionary Baptist Church near Money, Mississippi, which is LaFleur County. The epitaph on his grave says, Jesus of Nazareth, King of Jerusalem, I know that my Redeemer liveth and that he will call me from the grave. Y'all, this was a handwritten note by Robert Johnson himself shortly before his death, and it was preserved among family papers by his sister, Carrie H. Thompson. The musician and composer, he influenced millions beyond his time. If you guys want a full detailed story on him, I will do that, but it's just snippets of the reality and what people say. But Papa Legba, again, he is not a soul snatcher. He was a gatekeeper. He didn't come snatch souls. All right. Also, if you want me to break down the real history of the Crossroads work in Hoodoo before Hollywood got to it, because that's all it is, Hollywood talk, we can talk about the Crossroads, meeting at the Crossroads, some type of things that go along in the Crossroads. Drop Crossroads in the comments. I hope this helped. Y'all have an amazing day. Bye. Ashe.